Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am one of the hosts this evening, Michael, followed by other host, Kat.
Hi.
Again, I'm realizing I say this evening, even though this comes out in the afternoon. And we don't even really record. Well, I guess we do record in the evening.
We do record in the evening. We used to record at night.
Yeah.
Which is the dead of night.
Like 8, 9 p.m.
Yeah. And then some reason go to New York City.
Yep, for ramen.
Yeah.
Why not?
I guess so.
Late night ramen's the best ramen.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
Plus, none of you had to drive.
Yeah, but we definitely had jobs.
Yeah.
For sure had to go to work the next day, but it was like ramen.
Yeah,
I guess
man. Like 11 o'clock, let's go get ramen.
All right.
And now it's harder to do that because everything in the city's fucking closed.
Well, also, there's just tons of traffic everywhere, always.
Yeah, also that.
So.
Which is annoying. Anyway, well, we were talking before that you watched Gran Turismo for some reason.
What do you mean for some reason?
For some reason.
It's not for some reason. It looked good. I liked it.
So go ahead and talk about it, I guess.
Okay. Do you know what it's about?
Yes.
Okay.
Gran Turismo, based on a real story, which is the actual title, which is stupid.
Oh, is it?
Sure is.
I didn't know that.
The title is Gran Turismo based on a true story or whatever.
I guess when they showed that, it didn't strike. Like, I didn't think that was part of the title.
Nobody thought that was part of the title until they were reading it.
Oh, and
in
then it
marquees.
Showed it. That's funny. But I thought it was cool. It was interesting. Though, I don't know how to, because I want to talk about the end. But so
I can't imagine many people care. But if they care, spoilers for Gran Turismo.
Okay.
This will be out in 5 weeks from now, anyway.
I guess. So we'll talk about the middle really quick to preface what I'm about to say about the end that I'm confused about.
Okay.
But so so he wins this training camp, whatever, and so he gets to actually race with like real drivers and everything. And they say, I think there's like 6 races of the season, and he has to get 4th or better to be able to get his license, so then he can qualify in these like bigger races or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he keeps doing that and not succeeding. And mind you, in the first one, I think it was the first one, the first race he had, he almost got like 3rd place. But one of the cars ends up like hitting him, so he spins out. And this is his first race, because mind you, they keep talking about it the whole time, like, you're just gamers, you can't do this, and blah blah blah, that whole thing. But so then all of the other races up until the last one, he's getting like 27th place, 24th place, like slowly better and better, but still like so fucking low. And how do you go from almost getting 3rd in the first one that you try with these real drivers, and then all of them just being like, and I mean, I guess they didn't show the races, so I guess people kept.
I was like, people could have sucked that match. It could have been straight up beginner's luck.
But
because in real life, he's not good.
Really?
No, he's awful.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He still does it. He's just bad.
Well, he was his own stunt double. I thought that was cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, they showed that at the end, that he did all of the stunts for his actor self.
That is pretty cool. I will admit.
But so then on the last race to qualify to get this license, he does get 4th place. So he gets it. Great. Whatever. Has it. I want to complain about a different detail. This is a really small detail, but it just popped into my head. Okay. So he likes this girl, which I don't know if she's actually real, like if it's actually part of it, or if they just added it because they're like, oh, we need to love something. Right. You know, they do that. You need a romance subplot. Exactly. So I was like, I don't know if it's real or not. And I also didn't Google anything about the movie after.
Right.
And so there's this girl at the beginning of the movie. He goes to a party and she's there. And they're talking, and she was just like, oh, if you could go anywhere, where would you want to go? And she says that she wants to go to New York City. He says he wants to go to Tokyo. Mind you, this is just a little conversation they have. Okay, so then later on in the movie, when he gets 4th place, he's having his like signing thing.
Right.
And it's in Tokyo. He flies her out because his coach guy was like, you're always staring at this girl's picture, hundreds of pictures of this girl every single day. Like, why don't you use your bonus to fly her out and then so you can see her? So then they're there and they like sneak away and, you know, have their fun rendezvous like moment, which mind you is maybe 2 minutes long. So they could have just left it out. Like, there's really no point. There's no development. There's nothing. Right. But she makes a comment that they like manifested this together and that they like wanted this and whatever. I'm like, bitch, you said you wanted to go to New York City. Like, he said he wanted to go to Japan. Right. Like, I don't know. That just bothered me. Like, such a little detail, but I'm like, why?
Maybe she changed her.
I was like, where's this we?
Maybe she changed it, you know? Maybe she was like, no, I want to be where he is, and that's the we.
If they're going to stupidly add this, like, why not have her ask this question, be like, where do you want to go? And him say, oh, Tokyo. And then her be like, oh my God, me too. So then it's like, wow, he's going to fly her out for this. So then they can have this moment that they talked about in their hometown and whatever. She wanted to go to New York City. I don't know. It's the smallest detail, but it was just like annoying. I was like, why? I guess also because of the romance. I'm like, what's the point? But maybe it did happen, and that's why they decided to add it, but they just didn't want to focus on it. But it did. I don't know. But the real point of what I was talking about. So he can now do these bigger races or whatever. So he does, I can't remember what any of them are called. He does this big race. He ends up crashing. He ends up killing someone. I guess he must have actually done that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is another detail. I guess I'll just like talk about stuff as I think of them as I try and get to my one proper point. But the reason someone dies is because on this track there's people in like lawn chairs like there, and because the car flips out, it hits them, and like that's how they die. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck are there people there? Why are they allowed to be there if this is something that could happen?
I mean, there are people in the middle of like, or it used to be on, that probably still are on like NASCAR tracks. They're in the middle because most of the time you crash out, not in.
Yeah, they were on the out. You crashed out.
Like, oh well, I mean, I don't know. They probably have some warnings and shit, and people just do it at their own peril.
I guess, maybe. Because I was like, why the fuck was there people there anyways? And then also, there's just a weird shot of, as the car, like, is flipping, he doesn't find out till a little bit later that he ends up killing someone. But the view of him, because the car goes so many times, and you're seeing that, of it just flat, it's just this guy in like red walking over, and you just see his legs just like standing there. No panic. It just looks like he's like, huh, what happened? You don't see his face. It's literally just like waist down.
Right.
But like but then you find out later someone died. Like, why did this man just like casually walk up to the car like that if someone just got crushed by this vehicle? Like, I don't know. I thought that was a weird choice, like, too. I don't know. That's that. But again, back to the main point of, so obviously he doesn't finish that race. He needs to go to the hospital. But later the coach like helps him start racing again, being like, you know, apparently the coach also killed someone, like another driver. Well, I say, like, it's not their fault either way. Like, both of them, it's not their fault. But, they take on that burden because it happened because of them. So, the coach never raced again because of that. So, he didn't want that for Yan. So, then he gets him to do it again. And then there's this big race. I assume it is real because I assume all of these are real. But it's apparently a race that is 24 hours long. It's a full 24 hours that you're doing that. So you and two other people race.
It looks like in at least in real life, this crash they were behind a fence, like behind the guard behind. The fence.
But if the car got through it with no fucking problem.
Well, I mean it's the same thing with NASCAR. The fence is there. That's where the stands are. Sometimes shit can get through the fence.
I know, but like, why would you want to? You're just like, damn, I just really want to be like, I don't know. Just.
I mean, I don't know. You could argue that with, I feel like, a few things where you're just like, why would you do this? It could potentially be dangerous. Why get on a plane that could potentially explode?
I think if you actually think about it, because I never thought about this. Like, I always kind of thought, like, NASCAR was dumb because I was like, oh, vroom, vroom, just, like, around the little track. Like, I never thought about it. Like, it never
not you only go left. It's just vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Like, and I was just like, I don't know why people get so excited about this. I never thought about how fast the cars go, because it doesn't even really look like they go that fast. Like,
sure do.
It looks like they go fast, but I was thinking like maybe 100, 120 miles per hour, not double, triple that. Like that. So I had no clue. So it wasn't impressive to me. So I was like, what the fuck do people like about this? So I always thought that. So at least, you know, this movie opened my eyes to be like, oh, I guess this is impressive. And, you know, when they're talking about how, you know, the G-forces that they feel is double what an astronaut feels. And like, so I didn't even think that you actually had to be like an athlete to do it. I thought you just had to be like pretty good at driving. Like, so I never thought about that. So, you know, at least there was that. But so for this race, he needs 2 other people. So they decide for like a mark, because the whole thing.
Was the movie about Le Mans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the movie's not about Le Mans, but Le Mans is like the ending part.
Right. Yeah, because you need to be able to swap out with people.
Yes. And so this whole thing is like a marketing thing. So Orlando Bloom, I think that's who the actor is.
He is listed here. So.
Yes. So he is so annoying. The whole time, he's just trying to get that bag. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about Yan. Like, he's just like, this is me and my moment with fucking Nissan, and like, I'm just trying to do all that. Like, he almost cheats Yan out of it because he won by like a millionth of a second or something like that. And so the other guy would be better at like interviews and stuff. So he wanted to pick that guy, but the coach, the Stranger Things guy, was like, no.
Dan Harbour.
He won, so he should get it. And so so whatever. So at the end, because obviously this keeps happening, he kills someone, so, you know, they're trying to like fix their image and whatever. He decides to race again, and another, more of like the cars, like the other guys, not the other, like the other real guys, them, are putting up petitions to like get simulated racers like out and whatever. So they decide that they want a podium of all the gamers. So they decide to call in 2 of these other guys who didn't win, because he won the camp, to then race with him. But this whole movie, since that moment, was him trying to get this license and failing, and then being like, he needs this to qualify so we can go. Why the fuck are those 2 allowed to, with no license, allowed to be his swap outs? You could get any fucking dude to just be like, be my swap out. Like,
maybe they still did go do it.
They didn't.
Oh.
Because you see like all the things, and they literally talk about the guy he like lost to. I mean, the guy who lost to him, who almost won. They make a comment that he's stopping racing because he lost to Yan. But he also makes this weird comment earlier, being like, oh, you've never been in one of these before? Like, talking about race cars. And he was like, no, I don't think any of us have. So, like, obviously that meant he's, like, a rich kid or something that was doing it. So I thought they were going to, like, disqualify him or something, because he kept beating him in, like, every race possible and was, like, so much better than Yan. And then all of a sudden on the final race, like, Yan just gets him. Like,
right.
But so I actually thought he wasn't going to win. He was going to get second, but the other guy was going to get disqualified because he's been in a race car before. I don't know, something like that. It's not what happened. I don't know why they added the comment or whatever, but so maybe you could argue that guy had a license already, but I highly doubt it, because why would he be in that? He would just be a race car driver. Like, he wouldn't need to go to this camp to win. He would already just be a race car driver, because they also talk about how the coach, he was on Kappa's team as like an engineer for them or something, like in their pit crew, and he's only doing it because he's rich, so it was available to him, so he can do it. Though he is good, he's usually at the top, so it's not that he's bad or anything, he's just privileged, and so whatever. So obviously if he was
good old privilege,
I know, then like he already would be doing it. So I don't know, so just the fact that these two could just like race.
I can't wait to hear what your point about the end of this movie is.
That is.
That just that?
That I don't
just
understand.
That they showed up?
No, I don't understand how that was allowed. The whole buildup was that he needed to qualify. He needed to get
Maybe
fourth.
It was a lie.
It was. Because the other two, unless there's some rule about Le Mans that your other drivers don't have to.
No, it's definitely not a rule.
Have
Everybody
licenses.
definitely has to have
like,
a license.
I don't understand how they were allowed. But if it's based on a true story, maybe it's based on a true story and his other drivers weren't part of the camp, and that's what it actually is, so they just didn't work on like making it make sense. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just confused, and it doesn't make sense to me that they like were allowed to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. I kept seeing the trailers for that movie and going, I have no desire to see this.
I thought the trailer looked good, and that's why I decided to see it.
It looked fine. I'd probably watch it. Like,
you get to see 3 movies a week.
Yeah.
So don't you just see everything?
No.
Why not? Aren't you losing money?
Because sometimes I don't have a desire to. No, as long as I see 3 movies at all, well, really 2 movies at all in a month, then I pay for it. So, because it's 2 movies is like, or 1 movie is $15 something, $15.70 something. So I just need to see 2, and it already overpays it.
I guess.
So.
Well.
And if I don't have a desire to see the movie, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, I only see movies on Tuesdays for $6. But I just figured out yesterday doing the math that there's $3 of fees on every ticket. So it's actually just $9. Though $9 is cheaper than $16. So like it's still a deal, but
yeah,
it's not as much as I thought. And it used to be $5 and they didn't have all these stupid fees because
well, they probably had a bunch of old people coming in all the time and they were like, we should make a little more money off of this.
No, the Stubbs card, AMC Stubbs. That's what I still do. It used to be $5, and I don't think that was when I was in high school. I think college. So I used to go see a movie every single Tuesday, sometimes 2 movies, because I was like, just get them all out of the way, like nice and cheap. And that was back when movie tickets were like $10, $12.
Yeah, I mean, well, when I was in Texas and I was paying $5 a ticket, I went and saw every movie that came out, like in general.
Well, I didn't do that, but I definitely saw a lot of movies.
No, I saw every movie. That's why I saw I Feel Pretty. That's why me and one of my friends from college, we would go see every single movie.
Well, it's better if you have someone. I didn't have someone most of the time that wanted to go see a movie with me, so.
Yeah, both of us were like, yeah, why not? So.
Well.
I mean, I go to the theater all the time alone. Now it's just like if I don't have a desire to see the movie, I'm not going to go to the theater just to see it.
Well, I didn't think about how you only had to see 2 movies. So I figured you were just out there just going to movies because you're like,
nope, just need to see 2.
Got to get my value.
No.
So overall, I thought it was a good movie. I just got confusions on how it was allowed.
I mean, good for you, I guess. I just had no desire.
Would I watch it again? Watch it. Probably not.
Yeah, like I'd probably watch it maybe on fucking Max in my house, but
that's fair.
You know, but speaking of watching things on Max in my house, I've decided, and by decided I mean like forced the option upon myself to watch through all the DC movies again. The Snyderverse DC movies specifically. Because I hate myself. And
it's always good.
Yeah. So basically what happened was I watched Man of Steel. I hate Man of Steel. I know it's potentially a hot take. Yeah, that's a potential. Well, it's the first one anyway.
Well, I guess.
That's potentially a hot take for people. I think it's a bad movie. and I like was using my letterbox. I was writing my like fucking review or whatever. And then I was like, oh, like I haven't made a list about ranking the Snyderverse movies, just because it was something in my head that was like, this would be satisfying to look at. You know, you like those things that everybody kind of has. So I was making the list, and then I realized I hadn't watched most of them since they came out, and so I was like,
So when did you start writing reviews about movies? Like
In general?
recently? Yeah.
no. Like I made my letterboxd, I think, before I started seeing every movie like that came out with my friend, because he had one prior and then told me about it, and I thought it was
So did
cool.
you write reviews about these movies already?
Yeah, no. So if I didn't I didn't go backwards. I only wrote reviews of movies that I saw after the fact.
Oh, okay. So like in time.
Yeah, so like you can mark if you've seen the movie before. So if I've seen it prior, but it's the first time I'm writing a review for it, I'll just mark that. And they're not like reviews like where I'm expecting someone to look at this and be like, take opinion away from it. It's just my own thoughts on the movie after seeing it. So sometimes there's a lot, and sometimes it's like, this just sucked. You know, like
No reason, just sucks.
yeah. So it depends on how eloquent I feel like being, and sometimes movies just aren't worth the effort. You know.
I guess so. I mean, I don't like writing, so I don't think anything's worth it. Like
Fair enough.
at least like I didn't even realize I had that many problems with the movie until now I'm speaking it and I'm like, oh yeah, like those
Yeah.
things. But
See,
in my head it was like
That's why
meh.
I also like doing it, because it helps me like think about what I thought about the movie. Plus, I don't know, it's satisfying just seeing all the movies you watched and
you can
what you
just-
thought about them.
Well, I guess the thought about
Because like I'll write to myself like if I think it's worth seeing again or if it's not worth seeing
why
again.
don't you just remember?
Well, yeah, but like it's also just for my own self, just being
Okay.
like it's worth rewatching, or like nah, man. So anyway, all of these movies for the most part have been, I don't need to rewatch this ever
How,
again.
how many have you watched so far?
So I've
how
watched,
many out of how many? Because I don't know how many there are.
Here, I'll pull up the fucking app real quick. Because I don't remember exactly how many there are. So there are 15 movies.
Okay, not bad.
I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Were you watching one now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, now that I'm
6.
thinking about it, you said you were watching a movie.
I've watched 6. I was in the middle of 7.
Okay.
So I
mean,
got
I was
all,
in traffic, so did you keep watching?
yeah, I just kept watching it until
Okay.
you walked.
So are you
yeah.
almost done? Like an hour left?
I think there's like 40 minutes left.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because for some fucking reason, all these movies are like 2+ hours long.
Well,
so
when
not
you
only are they not good.
You said you had like 2 hours and like 40 minutes left.
No, I said I had an hour and 56 minutes left.
Did you?
Yes.
I really thought you said
No, an hour 56.
Because I was like, what fucking movie are
Because
you
you said,
watching?
did you just start it? And I said, yeah, it's 2+ hours.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
so maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because for whatever fucking reason, all these movies are really long and they're not good, which makes it worse.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how you don't like get not distracted, but like go. If I'm not enjoying something, I'll usually just go on my phone.
oh, I mean, yeah, sure, I do that.
So you're not even like really.
No, like, look, if it's the first time I'm seeing a movie, I pay attention, regardless if it's bad or not.
So it's just like a reminder, so you can write the review.
Yeah, kinda.
And rate it.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
But like, I'm still paying attention. It's the same way that I can play video games and watch anime. But I'm not like doing that at all times. Like I'll have I'll be like
I
a
can
particularly
play
boring scene. I'll
games.
scroll through Twitter a little bit and be like, all right, and put it down and watch the movie again. Like,
I can play games and watch. Like I can do 2 things at once, but usually I feel like if I'm answering texts and watching, that's fine. But I feel like if I go on my phone because I'm like, wow, this is bad, then it'll start like not paying attention anymore.
I mean, I can kind of do it. It's whatever.
I don't know.
But also,
or
I already
I'll think I can do it, and then I'll be like, I sure haven't watched the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I find myself focusing back and being like, I missed whatever happened, I will go back. But yeah, so I've went through Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, the original Justice League, not the 4-hour long one, which I don't think I'm gonna rewatch because I think my review of it's fine enough that I don't need to spend 4+ hours going back to that movie. Suicide Squad, the original one, Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman 84, and then I'm in the middle of Aquaman. Of which, all of those are bad, except the original Wonder Woman is good until the last 30 minutes.
I remember liking Aquaman,
Aquaman is also pretty solid.
though I can't tell you what the fuck happened in it. Like, I have a vague idea of what happened in it.
He becomes king.
Yeah,
The whole point of the movie.
I know that.
That's really it.
There's a bad guy. They're
Yep,
like
Black
looking
Manta.
for something, right? They're on land looking for
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to find the trident.
Yeah.
Um,
So I remember vague, but like,
Aquaman is a fun movie. Like it is, it's just like actually fun, and it's shot well enough, and like the action scenes are
except
pretty cool.
what's her stupid face, isn't it?
Yeah, Amber Heard, which she sucks. Which is a shame because she is nice to look at as Mera. Like,
I do think so as well.
you know, like, and I know a lot of people are like the brightness of her red hair is stupid, but like I think actually she can kind of pull it off.
I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
like it.
I also am of the opinion that her hair being really red on the surface makes sense because, like, if your hair is going to show up as red underwater at the depths of the ocean, it has to be incredibly vibrant.
I think we talked
on
about
the
this
ocean.
when I saw The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine, like, I mean, maybe there's no science behind that, but it makes sense to me. Where I'm like, yeah, if it's going to register as
I
bright.
think there's some sort of science, but that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't know, like, but it makes sense to me that I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, if it's gonna show up as red underwater, it's probably gonna be way red on the surface, and somehow Amanda Hurt can pull that off. But she sucks, and I think sadly she's still in the sequel because they were still shooting it when everything was
I thought
happening.
they were getting rid of her.
They were like back and forth on that shit. Jason Momoa, I'm pretty sure was like, "Hey, it'd be cool if she wasn't in the movie," but like, I don't think it was really up to him, and so I think she's still in it.
Wow.
I guess I can look that up. But anyway, so yeah, been going through all those, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try to get like the bad ones out of the way. Like, I don't think I'm gonna watch The Flash again because I saw it this year or whenever the fuck it came out, which was recently.
I saw that it was on Max, so I was like, maybe
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I thought about watching it again, and I was like, I don't want to put myself through it. I was like, I don't want to do it. It's recent enough. But
well, it is recent. Didn't it just come out like
Yeah,
in the past
basically.
6 months?
yeah,
So that's fine.
Is Amber Heard still in Aquaman? Amber Heard will be, sure is.
Wow.
Um,
But then again, this is the same person that kept Ezra Miller after everything, right?
well, yeah, but the movie
And-
was done.
But wants to continue, right?
We
Didn't
don't
you
know.
say that?
They said it, but like, it seemed like they said it, and then like they have never touched on it again. So it feels like they might have just said
I
it for the
think-
PR.
No,
I'm hoping.
I think, especially because now that you're saying she's still
She's
in
still,
it,
yeah, she sure still is.
I think they're gonna keep. So like, I
But
don't
they're
know.
also getting rid of everybody else, like everyone. Like they said that Gal Gadot is not coming back, or Gal Gadot. I don't remember how to say her
Gal
last name.
Gadot,
Sure.
I think,
Is not coming back. Which,
because she doesn't want to, or they
no,
don't.
she wanted to. Thank God though. She can't really act.
Oh yeah, I've never
Um,
seen them,
She like it.
but she's
I don't-
nice to look at.
Yeah, she is, but I don't think she's a very good actress. But it works in the first movie because it's like a fish out of water. So like, it kind of lends itself to like somehow that working. And the second movie's written poorly. It is really bad in many ways. And then her not really being the greatest actress does not help
Okay.
that.
I got you.
So like in the first movie, it worked out just because of how the story was written.
After you finish this, I thought about something to talk about. Gal Gadot has something to do with, so
Okay.
it reminded me.
But yeah, she looks nice. But like next Wonder Woman, I want her to be like fucking buff. Like I want her to be fucking jacked. Like not Ronda Rousey,
I don't think-
but like big.
I don't think they'll do it.
Probably not. But like look realistically,
Because in the comics, she's not even buff,
I mean she's supposed to be ripped. Like she is.
but she doesn't look
Like she's usually
Big.
wearing clothes. Well, no, like I just like she needs to be ripped.
okay.
That's however, and then I also need her to suplex people. I need the actress to be able to suplex people.
or
because,
at least the double.
yeah, because Wonder Woman needs to be able to fucking like do Greek wrestling moves on people because it's rad. And every time it
Is
happens,
that in the comics?
yeah,
Okay.
not like super often, but like it is one of her trademarks. She just like pick someone up and slam them into the back. Like, so it's because realistically, part of her training would absolutely be wrestling because she's fucking ancient Greek, you know? So it makes sense. She should suplex people. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they're not keeping her. They already, Ben Affleck's not coming back, obviously. Henry Cavill's not coming back. Jason Momoa is getting this movie, and then people think they're going to recast him as Lobo because he likes that character a lot. There's a lot of stuff up in the air, but with how poorly The Flash was received, I can't imagine that they would even want to keep Ezra Miller anyway. Plus, well, but you know, the director of that movie is gonna go direct the new Batman.
It also just doesn't make sense because you were talking about how they scrapped like what it was a Batgirl or Catwoman,
Batgirl.
Someone's movies.
Batgirl.
Yeah. So didn't they film that and then
It was
scrapped
100% finished.
So
it was literally done.
They could have scrapped The Flash.
They could have, but it was a much bigger budget
They could have
movie.
swapped it, and they could have
Well, yeah, but also everyone said that movie was apparently horrendous. Now,
No.
is that true? Is that not true? I have no fucking idea. But who knows? They probably would have made their money back with a smaller budget movie, though.
Yeah. I don't know. They just
Realistically,
They're just
nobody
making the
knows
wrong
what the fuck. Yeah,
choices.
nobody knows what the fuck they're doing in any of the aspects of it. So like, who fucking knows? But yeah, anyway, yeah, I've been going through those movies. I was trying to get the bad ones out of the way. I realized that because Batman vs Superman and Justice League, the original Justice League, are both horrible movies, but I would rather watch the original Suicide Squad over them, which is also a horrendous movie.
Liked the original Suicide Squad. Not loved. I wouldn't go that far, but I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I think it's bad.
I saw it a couple
But
times. I think I saw one of the times Justin wanted somebody to go with them, so I went with Justin.
Gotcha.
I think I saw it like 4 times. But I think it was just because people were like, I want to see this movie. I don't have anyone to see it with. And I was like, I'll see it with you. And so,
Fair enough, I guess. But yeah, like, not a good movie. I'd say equally bad, but more watchable bad.
I think it's fun. So
I don't know if I'd say fun, but I like
thought it was fun.
it's also less long than the other two, which makes it
How
more
long is
watchable.
it?
It's like only 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Where the others are like 2+.
Mm-hmm.
Batman vs Superman, they, as far as I'm aware, only have the extended edition on Max. So this is the first time I actually watched that one, which,
Was that good?
in fairness, does make the story slightly better because it actually gives context to a lot of the stuff.
That's good.
Still bad. It's still the worst
At
of.
least
It's still the
something.
worst movie, I think, of the Snyderverse.
So have you started
and it's also
your
3
ranking,
hours.
or are you waiting till the end?
No, I had my like general ranking just based off what I remembered, and then I'm just like adjusting it as I go. So
So has it just stayed at the bottom?
at the bottom was Suicide Squad until I rewatched
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wonder Woman 1984 is second to last, and it's only not last because again, it's not fucking 3 hours.
I don't think you should count that.
No, because if something's bad, but it ends faster, versus it's bad but takes longer.
I don't
Like
know.
if they are equally bad, but one ends sooner than the other.
I mean, if they're equals and you need something, then yeah, I guess that's a reason.
Yeah, and plus like Wonder Woman 84 also has the fact that Steve Trevor's Chris Pine is the only good thing in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's fun. Where like Batman vs Superman doesn't really have anything going for it. Like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, the most infuriating character.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg plays Lex Luthor. It's awful.
The Facebook guy?
Yeah, the Facebook guy. That's all you know him from?
Well, I didn't know because of Game Grumps.
Oh.
The Facebook guy.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, he's Lex Luthor. It's awful.
Isn't how? Can I see?
Like him, like a scene?
Just show me him.
He just looks like him.
But
They didn't shave his head or anything.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Like, why was that the choice?
Man, I wish I knew. Hold on. Why is my... Of course this is not working now. Okay. Why was that the choice? That's a great question, especially why was the choice to do it portrayed the way he was? Because he's portrayed as like...
Awkward?
Yes, he's portrayed as like someone that's like on the like the spectrum, but like not in a bad way. Like whatever, if that's what you're going for. But like the way he's portrayed is so like anti Lex Luthor, because it's not like he has an inferiority complex, like the actual character, but like he's at least like he has a charisma to him. That's how he convinces people to do the shit he wants done. Where this Lex Luthor is the farthest thing from fucking like charismatic in any way. Lex Luthor. That's what he looks like. It's really bad.
It looks really bad.
And it's acted horrendously. And now I'm trying to think like, so there's that. The story elements at least like link up to each other more in this movie than, or in the unlimited ultimate edition, whatever the fuck, extended edition, more than the regular one. They definitely add in like beats that make the story actually connect to itself more. There's still a lot of plot holes and whatnot, but
semi good.
Plus the fight still ends by just Superman going, "They're gonna kill Martha," and Batman's like, "Why did you say that?" Because I don't know if you know, they have the same fucking mother name. Mm-hmm. So he just stops trying to kill Superman because Superman says Martha. And that's it. Not like they're going to kill my mom, because Martha means nothing to Bruce, except for the fact that he gets really lucky that they have the same name. Mm-hmm. He's like, it feels like it would make more sense for him to be like, they're going to kill my mom than
Martha.
Yeah, because that means, as far as Clark is aware, that means nothing. Also, that ace reporter Clark Kent has no idea who the fuck Bruce Wayne, multi-billionaire philanthropist, is. He doesn't know who that guy is until the movie. How? Like,
couldn't tell you.
Which also makes it like funnier is the fact that Gotham and Metropolis are literally across the bay from each other. Like, they are bay cities, which is fine. I know people had some kind of issue with that, whatever. Sometimes that's true in the comics. But, like, imagine, like, New York City and Jersey City, right? But, like, New York City is run by, like, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's just go with Trump as the example. He has towers within his own name. Like, and somebody from Jersey City never hearing about him. Ever. Like, it's like, how does that make any sense? Especially when you are a reporter.
Yeah. And then it's also, like, multi-billion-dollar, like, it's not like some little small thing.
Yeah, it's like, imagine
thing.
like where there is only one Trump tower, there are like 40.
Yeah.
Like lining the skylines. But yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of things that are bad about that movie. And stupid. Like, Lois Lane has no real need to be in the story. She doesn't really add much. She adds more.
Wait, so have you seen the new Superman cartoon?
Yes. Great.
They changed her and she's a tomboy now?
I mean, I guess. I don't know if that's necessarily how I would describe her, but...
Well, when I looked at her, that's what it looked like.
What, just because she has short hair?
No, I saw like a clip. She seemed like a tomboy.
I mean, I guess.
Like,
yeah, I mean, she's not a girly girl.
Are tomboys in right now?
Maybe?
It just feels like an interesting choice to, like, go...
I mean, I would never really describe Lois Lane as, like, girly. Because she's always been, like, ready to fucking kick someone's ass.
I don't really...
The problem is she's just a human in Superman's world. So she's ready to kick someone's ass, but they all have superpowers. So, like, like... She ends up being like a damsel, but it's only because they're fucking gods and she's just a person, like, I
guess.
But like, if it's like a regular person, like quite frequently Lois Lane will like fucking kick a bitch's ass, like,
All right. I was just curious because people lost their shit over Tomo, and that's the short hair, red. She's got like a snaggle tooth. It's anime. Tomo. It's a romance. You've never heard of this
No idea
show?
what
What
you're talking
the fuck?
No idea what you're talking about. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't. I guess she's a tomboy, but like I don't know. I like her a lot. I think that her design is good. I think that the writing's really good. She's like her
Tomo-chan
and
is a
Clark are really
girl?
cute.
You've never.
Oh yeah, that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And people lost their shit over her.
Like in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I was like, I didn't even know this was like a popular trope. Like, I feel like it's not that often, and if it is in a show, usually for the most part, I feel like people don't pay much mind to them usually, unless like I have one friend that he's into buff chicks.
Okay.
That's his thing.
Uh-huh.
Like he just really loves a buff chick.
Right.
Like in the way that you were like, I want her to suplex. Like that's his.
Yeah, he wants to be crushed between her thighs.
Yes, but
right,
but
yeah.
it,
As
more-
all men want to.
more than the average man, because some guys were like, well, I don't actually want her buff. You know, it's like
Hey man.
he wants ripped, like shredded.
Right.
The pictures he sends me of like women like shredded.
He wants them to be able to crush a watermelon between their thighs,
Yes.
and then his head be the watermelon.
Yes, like he wants to bang like Huntress from Dead by Daylight. Like
Okay.
so, whatever. So
Well, hold on, does he specifically from Dead by Daylight, or are you just making that comparison?
no, he has said
Okay.
anytime we have played
All right.
and the Huntress cups, he will run straight to her.
Okay.
But out of any other guy that I've talked to, they don't really like think that way. So like when people were like losing their shit about Tomo, I was like, is this people are into strong girls now? Like
I mean, I guess, yeah.
it brought something out in them.
But like,
then I saw Lois Lane in this, so that they kind of like not rebranded, but like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like,
So I was just wondering if there's like a tomboy kick right now.
I don't know, like she doesn't give me specifically like tomboy
But I didn't watch it,
vibes,
so
but-
that's fair. It might,
Um,
you know, actually watch different.
But like,
so.
I don't know. I guess it kind of depends. Like, to me, when I think like tomboy, I'm thinking like people like girls that will like go fishing and like, you know, go hunting and shit like that. Where like that might not be somebody might need less than that. I don't know. So like, but I don't know. I mean, either way, I think she's great. And then the internet did like a whole fucking 180 during one episode because she got all mad about like, so obviously at the start of the show, Clark is hiding that he's Superman because superheroes and
Yeah.
and identities.
Yes.
And they don't keep that hidden for super long, which is nice. Like it's just kind of like, and it's like their romance is kind of like growing and whatever. And then she finds out and she like flips on him that he was lying to her. And immediately the internet did like a 180 from the last episode where they were like, this is the most adorable thing ever to like fuck this person. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Which is stupid because like it was the same thing that happened with Invincible. When the same kind of story happened.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, it did annoy me more in Invincible. But like it's still reasonable because people are still just like, yeah, like obviously you could probably think about it outside the fact and be like, you know, how you're lying to me, like why would you do that, whatever. It's like I'm doing it for your safety and whatever.
I don't know. I've
But, like-
never. I don't think I would flip out and be like, "Fuck this person." I
Right.
think that's too extreme. But I've never understood why, you know, significant others or whatever have been like, "You kept this from me. Like, how could you?" Or even like in Spider-Verse with Gwen's dad, and be like, "You've been lying to me." And it's like, there is reason that they're doing this, and
Right.
then that they're all just like flipping out so much. And I don't, the fact that they just can't see that there's a reason why they're doing this.
Right.
It's not like some average lie. Like I would get that more to like flip out about and be like, you know, you said you went somewhere and you lied, you went somewhere else. But to be like, oh yeah, that's something that needs to stay secret. So like obviously they need to see and make sure that this is actually something trustworthy, or for your safety, like not
Right.
getting you hurt because said secret. Like I've never understood why they'll flip out so much. They always write it like that. That they always
I don't know.
No one's ever like, oh cool, very understanding.
Yeah,
Thanks.
right. I don't know. It's always, I don't know. It's something. Like, I kind of get it, but like because it's like such a massive thing, I guess, that like it feels like I would kind of get it if it's like something where they should like almost that they should know before getting into the relationship with you, because that's
so
a big
what you
thing.
think?
But also,
It doesn't seem like they're ever mad about that though.
Well,
like
no,
they're like,
yeah.
I wanted to be warned and I want to be
but
part
like,
of
but
this.
I think it's just a fact of like it's such a big part of this person's life that they just weren't told about, and like, but I don't know. I also think it's kind of stupid, but
They
like,
always go too far.
Yeah,
Like,
but I don't know.
It's always too much, and
but
I would get it more if it had been like 5 years or something, and then it's like you never said anything.
Right.
Versus, like obviously, no matter how long it is with Gwen's dad, it was for a specific reason because of what he was saying and everything. But
he thought she killed her friend.
yeah, so obviously, like I get that, but like with a partner, the way that they freak out about that, it's always kind of early on too. And then they're like, you didn't tell me? And it's like, can you wait a bit? Like, can you wait a fucking second?
Right.
Like, you're dating a week and you're like, you kept this for me? How could you? So, like, I never
Yeah, I don't know.
understood
But
that.
like, regardless, luckily, worked out. Whatever.
And so people flip back.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But the show's great. Like it's genuinely very fun,
Mm-hmm.
and they are very adorable together, which is nice. But yeah, it's just super anime inspired, which is rad. So that's fun.
Did you see that Rick and Morty is getting an anime?
Sure did.
Why?
Why not? I guess.
Why? And then
Probably
I
because
thought
Japan really likes Rick and Morty.
people were gonna be shitting on it, and then people were like,
Is it out already?
no. The
Oh.
trailer came out. This was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But I haven't been here in a couple weeks, so.
Right.
But so I was like looking at what people were saying about it, and people were like, "Oh, making something Japanese makes anything better." Like, and
Hate
that was
that.
just like the general consensus. I was like, "What is this? Like, what is going on?" But like,
I just remembered
what?
that Love is War. Your voice actor's back.
Yay! Yeah. Though I don't know his name, so I can't even do that. But I'm genuinely surprised that they spent time and money to do that.
Aaron Dismuke?
Yeah, instead of Bakugo.
Yeah.
It just wasn't right. And they knew it. They knew it wasn't right. But if they knew, like...
Because they would have had to wait, because he stopped doing stuff for a while.
No, I know, but I think it was only a year.
They would have had to wait a year.
No. I understand, but why wouldn't they just try... Like, there's lots of people that can do impressions and stuff. Like, why wouldn't they...
I still don't think that Bakugo was all that bad.
I highly doubt...
Clifford Chapman was not that bad.
That's his name. I was like, it's something. I highly doubt that he goes for a low rate. So, like, I don't know. Like, to just pay him to, like, do it just feels kind of random. Especially if they were like, yeah, we're going to redub it later.
They probably didn't know they were going to. It's been like 3 years since it came out.
No,
It's not
it
actually. No, I
hasn't.
know it's not. But
Oh.
it's been a while since it came out.
No.
They probably didn't know they were going to redub it.
I don't think that they dubbed the movie. And I'm wondering if they were waiting for him to come back.
We're getting another season, right? Aren't we?
Is it?
I don't remember. There's still a bit more of the manga left.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
I don't know. That shit came to, like, a...
I'm pretty sure that
so-
no, because I'm pretty sure it does. The manga ends with like after he actually leaves or whatever. Because right at the end of the season,
She's supposed to go with.
yeah, or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure the manga goes into that for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I think. I know it goes further than just at the school, so I assumed that we were gonna get something about that, like an
Okay.
epilogue or some
I
shit. But
won't complain. Love is War. So
Love is War is
if there's
definitely
more
top
to be
tier.
had, I'll have it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can look it up. But yeah, so he's coming back to redub it,
Yay.
which is pretty
Did
cool.
they already do it, or they're just announcing that
I
he
think
will
yeah, I
be
think
doing it?
They are doing it.
Okay.
That.
Oh,
Okay. So apparently it was announced that season 4 is a thing.
Yay.
I guess.
What was I gonna say? Speaking of stuff that isn't voiced by the original person, or I guess it won't be for the future, is Shield Hero supposed to get another season?
Probably.
That voice actor died, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that was yeah. I mean probably. I would assume they'd recast.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
It'd be so fucked up if they did like AI or
No,
something.
I can't imagine that they would do
It's
that.
horrible.
Fucking hopefully. Isn't that season 3 coming out soon or whatever? Or is it already out?
I don't know. I didn't even.
Because I remember that they were making season 2 and 3 at the same
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have to.
So
imagine
maybe
it's-
he already did it.
Well,
If
I
they
mean,
were
if
doing-
season 3 is not out yet, then
No, but if they were doing it at the same time, then maybe he.
I don't know if they got it that early. Because again, if it hasn't even released yet,
But they might be waiting on purpose.
I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds interesting.
We're getting it in October.
And the last one came out last October?
Yeah, probably like a year ago. The last season was not very good.
Well, Ryan was saying that they fucked it up in the first season because they weren't expecting
21.
21?
Apparently,
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
that doesn't seem very right.
But because they weren't expecting to get another season, so they kind of fucked it up by like rushing everything. So now they're
They
kind
were
of going
confirmed
like,
that they were getting season 2 and 3 at the same time.
no, but when they weren't confirmed for anything.
Oh, it's for
when they
season
were,
1.
Yeah, like they didn't think they were.
Okay,
getting
no, it was
anything.
delayed. It came out last year, 22.
Okay, because that's why he was saying that the last season sucked because they're kind of like backtracking, but it's in a weird way because they added too much to season 1 because they weren't expecting to get more, so it kind of like jumbled it up.
I don't know. Season 2 wasn't all that interesting.
I don't
That's
know.
all
He
I
read
know.
it, and that's what he told me.
Yeah, well, speaking of other shows, I guess to finish this out, you watched My First Girlfriend's a Gal.
Yeah,
What'd you think?
I thought it was funny.
It's like fine, but the side character really ruined that show for me.
I don't know why they thought that was so funny. Also,
Because
though,
it probably was to them, which is sad.
when I was watching it, very much the friends reminded me of prison school. They were literally just
yeah, they're degenerates.
they were just them.
Yeah,
And
they're
I was
horrible
just like-
people.
They just put them back in. They're literally just the same.
Except for the
Don't the
one
guy in
specific
glasses-
friend that is
Yes.
especially a horrible person.
Don't the guys in glasses? I feel like they actually look exactly. They had like the blue longish hair with glasses. Isn't that what they both actually look like?
I mean, they just look like generic nerd with glasses,
I
which is an
guess.
archetype
also,
anyone
what's
feels.
with the trope of like the loser blonde guy? They always got like a loser blonde guy. What about him being blonde makes him like
Probably
because
because he's trying to be cool by being blonde, but isn't.
There's
So I assume
many
that's
shows that have
I
that.
assume that's like a stereotype that exists in Japan.
Oh,
where,
I'm
like somebody
sure. Yeah.
dyes their hair blonde to be cool, but they just aren't.
Yeah,
So that's probably what it is.
I guess.
But yeah, not the greatest show.
Sure wasn't.
And
Short.
Well, I guess me and Colin had the same opinion, which was like not a good show. Especially bad when anytime the chubby friend was on screen.
Yes.
And it's played as a joke, even though it is legitimately awful.
Yeah, like it just felt like they just did it too much, which means like they had to have actually thought it was funny.
Absolutely.
Why would they keep adding it if not? And then the fact that they like I don't know, tried to like redeem him, but it's also not redeeming.
Yeah, by
because-
saving the kid,
Yes, but then he's also still
perving about it.
yes.
Uh-huh.
I just ignored that. Like we just skipped past
Me
that.
and Colin are like, I remember
Did
we
you watch Sub or Dumb?
Dub,
I thought that
because Kagi voices the main guy, Alejandro Sub.
yeah. I thought he did a phenomenal job.
I like Alejandro Saab.
The whole reason I watched it is because I saw one clip on TikTok that was of him and the childhood friend, which, mind you, I'm almost positive that's the voice actor of, because I'm rewatching Darling in the Franxx, like, just during work.
Why?
I like the show. I'm not at the ending.
I mean, both of us had the same general opinion, but I
Yes.
just have no desire to go back to it.
Well, I like it. I'm enjoying the...
Because I remember both of us were watching it around the same time, and both of us
Mhm.
were like, "It's fine," and everyone and Kat and Colin were like, "Fucking what?"
I'm Kat.
Sorry, yeah. Sage and Colin were like, "Why? How? It's awful."
No, I like it until the ending, which I think they fumbled so fucking hard.
I think it was like I was so indifferent that the ending was just like whatever to me. I was like,
no, I
this-
actually liked the show. I still like the show.
I mean, I gave it like a 7, I think.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure because you like the childhood friend for some fucking reason, she sucks. I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actor, so I guess voicing childhood friends is just her thing.
Her thing.
Yeah,
That's her trademark.
yeah. I didn't look it up.
Anytime you have a memory of your childhood friend, it's her voice.
I'm not positive it's her because I didn't look it up, but it sounded like her. So I think it is. But it was the clip of him and her after she dyes her hair, and then the pervy friend being like, "Oh, he's like drooling and being like, "Oh, like who's the little doll or something?" And it's just Alejandro Saab being like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And like just the way he voiced it, like I just thought that was funny. I was like, "Oh, what show is this?" So I clicked it.
Well, she's the same voice that does Kuroko.
Who?
Because the childhood friend's this one, right? Hold on. That character?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Which one's the childhood friend?
That's what I was like, what are you? I was like, are you sure?
Which one's the childhood friend?
The,
Is it the one with the?
huge tits?
Okay, yeah. Never mind. I thought it was the boring one, quote unquote.
The
Of course it's the-
dominatrix.
Of course, it's the fucking one that looks like a child but has fucking massive tits.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's why he said it. And then I saw like another clip. I just thought that Alejandro Saab, is that his name?
Alejandro Saab, yeah.
Yeah. I just thought he did such a phenomenal job like with it
Oh,
that
she voices Yuzuriha
who's that?
in Doctor Stone. Have you not watched Doctor Stone?
I have. Which one is that though?
The girlfriend of the 3.
Oh, okay.
That Tanjiro
the,
wants
like-
to save. Yeah, yeah.
Seashells.
Yeah. She has the headphones that are not headphones.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
seashells.
Yeah.
But so I just saw like a couple clips on TikTok that I thought were funny, and then I went into it. Though at the beginning, and it kind of like strays off from that. It was so fucking pervy and etchy, like it's so bad that I was like watching this. I was like, oh god, like I was like, I don't know if I can go through with this.
I was gonna say I'm kind of surprised you watched it.
I kept fighting through it. I was like, this is so fucking awkward. I have like a tapestry for like my stream that's behind me. I'm like, thank God, because if anybody walked past, so like they're not able to see my computer.
Right.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
I
just fought through it.
She's in a lot of things. Jesus Christ. What am I looking for?
Darling in the Franxx.
Okay, I was like, who do you think
Is
this
she
is again?
Ichigo?
I don't even see Darling in the Franxx on here.
So maybe that means it's not her.
Who the fuck's this person?
Why didn't you just look up Darling in the Franxx? Okay, wait. So you have her voice actor?
But yeah, I don't know. Nope. Okay.
Not her.
Well,
Just sounded like her.
on that revelation, we can end here because I have nothing else to add unless you do.
Oh wait.
Not a great show.
This might be the Japanese voice actor. Wait.
Although if you liked this show,
It is her.
oh, all right.
Yeah.
Then
I did it.
you should watch Akiba's Trip.
What was that?
It also has Alejandro Saab as the main character, except it doesn't have a character that's into children. So,
Okay.
but so like it's kind of a similar esque premise, but like,
What is it called?
because if you could deal with the like fan service of that shit, you
What's
can
it
definitely do Akiba's Trip.
Can I
Like-
spell it?
Akiba, like the place. And then S Trip. Could also be read as Akiba's Strip. That's the point of the joke. But if you could deal with the fan service in this show, then you could deal with the fan service in that show. But it's better. Like I mean, like the story's better.
Is it short?
I think it's like 12 episodes,
Okay.
maybe 11.
It's a game.
Yeah, originally, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, like, follow. Check out Cat the Moonstar on Twitch.
Yeah.
And you have 1 week to watch Anohana.
You didn't even remember.
I for a second, and then I remembered to watch Anohana. So get ready to either flame Cat for her opinions, or maybe she has a good take.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You'll
I don't
have to come and
Yeah.
see.
Well, me and Sage are just not gonna bother finding out until we start recording. Sometimes,
I purposely don't put my ratings until after
yeah.
Anime Club, so they can't. Because I used to do it, and then you used to be like, "Oh, I saw you
Well,
gave it a
to
this."
be fair, I will say that because the app used to tell me, like I used to get a notification, not because of you specifically, just
Yeah.
in general. Anytime anyone did it, I haven't had that happen in a while, so I don't even know if I noticed that now.
Yeah.
I was never just like looking through your
But after
thing.
you kept pointing it out, I was like, "Nope, not rating it anymore. I'll have
Yeah.
to wait. It'll be a
So.
surprise."
So yeah. Anyway, find out what Kat thought.
Yep.
That's really the only thing, because me and Sage, you already know our opinions.
Did you say it?
Well, because both of us have been like, it was a classic when we
Mm.
said it, which if we think that means we think it's good.
I guess so.
Anyway.
No, she says that things are classics, and she's like, "I fucking hate
I
it,"
guess that's fair.
and she makes us watch it.
Yeah, but we also gave you shit about if you didn't like it. So I feel like that makes it assume that if...
I guess so.
Anyway, either way, thanks for watching. See you guys next week for Anime Club.
Bye.
Bye.